So what if I told you that I've got some secrets to make you faster at the Backyard Ultra? Oh man, dreaming of another backyard. But I'm not in one yet. However, here are 10 not so conventional Backyard Ultra tips for you. First of all, if you're new to the channel, or if you don't know what a Backyard Ultra is, let me sum it up. Runners run 6.7 kilometers or 4.11 miles on the hour, every hour. You got to finish the loop within the hour. You got to start the next loop at the start of the next hour. If you don't, you're out. Race goes until there's one person left standing. I've run 2 Backyard Ultras so far. First one was in 2023, and I went for 30 hours. Next one was in 2024, and I went for 40. This year, the goal is to make Team Canada for the Sat Champs. I'm thinking I'm probably going to need 48 hours to secure my spot. So, what have I learned from the backyards that I've ran in the past? And what am I going to execute as I step into this backyard coming up in March? Now, there's a lot of Backyard Ultra tips that you can find floating around the internet. The essential tips, the key ones. And let me tell you, they're good. But I'm trying to go a little more of an unconventional route. Maybe some tips, some advice that might be surprising to you. For example, you got to get fast. Yeah, that's right. You got to get fast. Disagree with me? Put it in the comments. Let me know. What are some tips that you have for the Backyard Ultra? Now, some common advice for a Backyard Ultra. Go slow. Don't try and run the loops as fast as possible. Do them in about 50 minutes. Get yourself a gravity chair. Don't try any new food on race day. Bring a massage gun with you. Have a crew that you can trust. Have a crew that you can rotate through. These are some classic tips, and I'd say you need to execute them to do well in a Backyard Ultra. But here are some more unconventional tips for you. All right, tip number 1 for you. You're going to want to bring baby wipes and, that's right, diaper cream. This brand actually is Adele Diaper Cream. Quick little plug for Adele, a Texas family-owned company, my brother and sister-in-law's company. They make makeup and all sorts of great stuff. Look them up. Diaper cream and baby wipes? Are we working at a nursery? Kinda. See, your crew will learn fast enough that taking care of a Backyard Ultra runner is a lot like taking care of a baby. Let me tell you, the chafing that can happen out there on course can be brutal. Last time I ran a backyard, probably about hour 22, I had some serious chafing. There was a lot of blood. Baby wipes would have helped prevent that. But what helped heal it within an hour was the diaper cream. At the time, I had a 2-year-old daughter, and my wife suggested, why don't you put some diaper cream on there? Let me tell you, it worked like a charm. Within an hour, this guy was feeling great. All right, tip number 2 for you, if you're going to be running a Backyard Ultra and you're wanting to go far, wear a vest or a belt. That's right, a running vest and a running belt. But we're coming back to our crew once every hour. We're going at such an easy pace. I don't need a vest or a belt. Yeah, you don't, but guess what? If you're out on course for 20, 30, 40, 50 plus hours, anything that you can do to make your life a little bit easier is going to pay dividends. With a vest or a belt, you're not holding anything in your hands. And let me tell you, after 30 hours of running with something in your hands, you're going to have sore shoulders, sore forearms. If you can avoid a little extra soreness, why not? And on top of that, your crew can just stuff them full of stuff and send you on your way. You don't even have to think about it. If your crew's organized well, your vest is packed when you're out there on the loop, then you don't have to think, oh, did I bring my gels? Did I bring some water? It's right here. It's on you at all times. Vest or belt. All right, cue the 3 whistles. Because it is time for tip number 3. And tip number 3 is a simple one. Have some podcasts ready. The Backyard Ultra is one of the most social events, but when it gets dark, when it gets to nighttime, I find a lot of people just shut down and get quiet. I personally don't like to. I like to stay social. I like to stay active. I like to stay happy and chatting. But if everyone else around you is quiet, things are going to get really boring really fast. So, Pick some of your favorite podcasts. Don't listen to them for like 4 weeks in the lead up to the Backyard Ultra, and have a cue ready. So when it does get quiet, or when you get into the late stages of the race and there's not a lot of people left, you'll have some really good podcasts to look forward to that'll keep your mind in it. Speaking of running through the night, here's tip number 4. Don't run through the night. What do I mean, don't run through the night? If you want to go far in the Backyard Ultra, you got to run through the night. Yes, in the race. There is almost 0 point or benefit to running through the night on any of your training runs. Run at nighttime sometimes, maybe do like a 5-hour long run starting at 10 p.m. or something, but there's no point in sacrificing an entire night of sleep just to train for the Backyard Ultra. Mentally, it might help you prepare for what it will feel like, but look, once you're out there, you'll get a feel for what it feels like. You cannot train sleep deprivation, or at least no studies have yet proven that you can train sleep deprivation. You can't get better and not sleeping. At the end of the day, your body needs sleep to recover. If you're putting in 100K, 100-mile weeks in your training for your Backyard Ultra, you need to be sleeping so that your body can recover and adapt. Please stop sacrificing sleep. You're going to lose enough sleep during the race if you've prepped correctly.
Tip number 5.
That's right. Tip number 5. Get a detailed hour-by-hour plan for your race. Lay out that plan, write it out, go over that plan with your crew, have that plan in your crew tent, and try not to deviate from it. Now, in a Backyard Ultra, anything's going to happen. You are going to deviate from the plan, but if in the event you become disoriented, your mental faculties start shutting down, you've got a plan that you wrote down for what you want to do every hour, when you want to change your shoes, what you want to bring with you for food on the lap, when you want to change your clothes, when you want to get some shut-eye between loops, and your crew will know this, and they can look at your plan and help you execute properly on race day. This is a tip I got from current world record Backyard Ultra holder Phil Gore. So maybe it's not that unconventional, but I don't see a lot of people doing it. And in my first backyard, I'd never ran a Backyard Ultra before. I ended up going 30 hours. But guess what? I had a detailed plan mapped out for 60 hours because I figured no one else in the field was going 60 hours. But if there was even the slightest chance that I could, I wanted to be ready for it. Now, that being said, both years when I made a plan, I ended up deviating from it, but that's where having a good crew comes in handy because they can help you adjust. You can work together to troubleshoot, but a detailed plan is important. Here's some examples of some things I had on my plan. How long I expected to be running loops, which changed between day and nighttime. What food I wanted to bring with me on the loops. What I wanted to drink, when I wanted shoe changes, when I wanted caffeine and when I didn't. And then I also had a category for how I was feeling just for my crew to write that down so that they could keep track of how I was feeling and whether my conditions were progressing or worsening. And also whether I was peeing, which basically was a good indicator of was I drinking enough water? How often did I pee and what color was it? Seems not important, but if you forget to drink water, you're not going to last very long. So stay hydrated, have a detailed plan. And let's move on to tip number 6. Tip number 6, get fast. But Andy, you don't need to be fast for a Backyard Ultra. You're only running 4 miles in an hour. Anybody could do that. Correct. Anybody can do that. Maybe you could even too. You think you could do 6.7 in an hour? Yeah, maybe not. But the thing is, the faster you get, the more relatively easy running 6.7 kilometers in an hour is going to be. Getting fast not only makes the effort of 6.7K in an hour feel easier. It also improves your running economy and your form. It makes you stronger. Yeah, it genuinely just makes the Backyard Ultra way easier. When I first started running, 6.7K in an hour was definitely doable, but I doubt I could have done it for much more than 8 hours. And yeah, getting your long runs in, getting the mileage on your legs is really important. But if you're not incorporating some speed work into your training too, then you're missing out on a crucial element in making the perceived exertion of a Backyard Ultra effort feel a lot easier. So get fast, run fast, hit the track, do your hill repeats, do something to make your life easier. Speaking of getting fast, slow down. Tip number 7 is go slow, practice walking. That's right, practice walking. Why do you need to practice walking? You've been walking ever since you were a baby. But walking in a Backyard Ultra is different. Most people can't comfortably walk at a pace that's going to allow them to complete a full Backyard Ultra loop in under an hour. I can. I don't do it during the race. I still do a run-walk mix. but it's inevitable that you are going to be running and you are going to be walking, and you need to be able to walk fast enough that you're not cutting it too close, especially late in the race where your legs get tired and you can't really run anymore and you need to switch to a walk. Let's hope you've practiced walking, because the muscles that your legs call upon and get activated to walk at a fast, brisk pace, or even at a slow pace, are different than the muscles that you're primarily using to run. So if you haven't practiced walking and now you're all of a sudden walking 50 plus kilometers, those muscles are going to be getting very sore if you have not practiced them. So what do? I walk at least 1 yard a week during my training block for a backyard ultra. And on top of that, usually my long runs end up being a lot of backyard ultra pace. So I'll be doing a walk run mix, and I'll have some walking in there. Probably in a week during my backyard ultra training, I'll walk about 10 kilometers. And man, let me tell you, late in the race when your running legs get tired, if you could still call on and recruit your walking muscles, you're going to be laughing, and you'll get at least another 4, 5, 6 yards out of yourself. So get to walking. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every step I take in you. I'm not just singing for fun. Tip number 8 is an important one. I don't care if you can't sing, sing. I don't care if your voice isn't any good, sing. Get out on course and start singing songs. I don't care if it annoys your fellow runners or competitors, just sing. Now, anything to brighten the mood, because the backyard is long, it gets boring, it's monotonous. But if you can keep happy, if you can be silly out there, you're going to be able to go so much further. So far in both my backyard ultras, I've spent a lot of times singing songs, and often it'll end up encouraging other people to sing songs, and we'll get a backyard ultra quartet going. And it's not just singing, although that is important, but just find the time to have fun. Find the time to be goofy. Find the time to be silly. Be known for being silly, doing something funny. I don't know. Come in loop after loop and have a thing that you do. It sounds like a dumb tip, but if you can find a way to just have fun and laugh out there, it's going to make the pain of the backyard so much easier. They say that laughter is the best medicine. I think that's true. I think laughter is also the best performance-enhancing drug. And if you can find a way to laugh and make others laugh and sing and be happy, you're going to go so much further in the backyard ultra. So pick out some songs, practice them, maybe spend some time at your local bar doing karaoke night instead of a training run, so that you're more confident belting out the tunes. All right, tip number 9, and then we've got one more. Let me warn you that the last tip might be a little controversial, but here's tip number 9, and that is make an alliance. There's no rules about making alliances in this sport, and that's exactly what I did the last time I ran a backyard ultra. I was running a backyard with a good friend of mine, Dom, and we had previously ran a backyard together. And we decided, why don't we make an alliance? Why don't we choose to not only compete for ourselves, but to compete for one another? And so what do? We made a game plan. Hey, we're going to be running loops in about this time. Let's run them together. We connected our crews with one another, and we told our crews, hey, if his crew needs help, you guys help him. And he told his crew, if my crew needs help, go help their crew. So our crews worked together to support one another. We gave each other intel that we had each gathered on the course. Our crews gave each other intel about the other runners around their tents. And having an alliance like that made it so that not only were you in the backyard for yourself, I was in the backyard for Dom, and Dom was in the backyard for me.
How romantic.
And let me tell you, we made it down to the top 3. Dom and I were 2 of the 3 last people standing, and it made those last hours of the race so much easier. And when Dom dropped, things got way harder. I'd lost my ride or die. I'd lost my number 1. I didn't have an alliance in the race anymore. It was just me versus the other guy. I'll be honest, when he dropped, I cried a little bit, because here's a guy who had been with me for the last 36 hours, and now he was gone. And it made the race a lot more difficult. But let me tell you, before he left, man, it was good to have someone in it with me. So find someone else in the race. Do you have a friend who's already registered for the race? Talk with them about making an alliance. It's not a competition until it's down to the last 2 people. Until then, everyone's working towards the same goals. So you might as well pick someone you have a similar fitness level to, who you get along with well, someone you understand, and make an alliance with them. So consider that for your next backyard ultra. Don't go in it alone. Go in it as a team, because a team can get you way further. And last but not least, here is Backyard Ultra tip number 10. Go for the win. That's right. Stop setting hour goals. Stop setting distance goals. If your goal is to go as far as you possibly can, if that is your goal, if your goal is to have fun, that's fine. Go out there, have fun, meet people. That's a great thing about the Backyard Ultra. It's a great social event. It's a great training run for other big ultra marathons. But if your goal is to go as far as you can, make your goal to win. Because if your goal isn't to win, then at any point in the race, when you feel like dropping out, it's going to be that much more tempting to drop out. I have a firm belief that the only way to win a Backyard Ultra is to be a competitive person. And sometimes competition is not healthy for a lot of people. Some people are sore losers. Some people can't handle a loss. Personally, I'm competitive. I love playing games against friends. I love playing board games. I love going out and racing. Do I win a lot? Very rarely. I do not win very often, but it's always a goal of mine. And in the Backyard Ultra this year and in previous years, that was my goal. People would ask me on course, what's your goal for the race? Some people would say, 30 hours, 24 hours. You know what my goal was? My goal was to just not DNF. That's the thing with the Backyard Ultra. You either finish the race and you're the winner, or you DNF. It doesn't matter if you got second, third, fourth, or fifth. Everybody just ends up being a DNF. So I don't want another DNF on my resume. I've got 2 in my previous Backyard Ultras that I've done. This year, I want the win. I don't want to not finish. So if I get to my PR at hour 40 and I pass that and I get to hour 41, 42, 43, and I'm not the last person standing yet, I'm going to want to keep going. I'm not going to be tempted to cop out because I want the win. Now, my ultimate goal is to make SAT champs. I'm hoping about 48 hours is going to get me there. So if I get to 48 hours and there's still 7 people in the race, maybe at that point I can kind of give up on the goal of winning. And I won't mind because my goal is SAT champs, not the win. But I'm probably going to go in it with the mindset that I want to win, and nothing's going to stop me from doing that until my body actually breaks down. So tip number 10, go for the win. I don't care if you think you can only get 10 hours, 20 hours, 15, whatever. Maybe that's enough for the win. Maybe 16 hours is enough for the win and your goal was 14. What are you going to do? Drop at 14? Or keep going and see if you can win the thing? You never know how other people's days are going to go. So go for the W. And there you have it. That concludes my 10 tips for the Backyard Ultra. Let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm the ultimate authority on the Backyard Ultra. But these are my tips. And a lot of these are tips that have worked for me in the past. And I hope to execute and make them work for me this year. So yeah. Let me know. What are some unconventional tips you have? What do you disagree with? And when is your next Backyard Ultra if you're running one? Would you ever run one? Let me know. And that's my tips for the week. If you're just tuning in to this channel for the first time, my name's Andy. I'm putting a vlog together documenting my journey to running my 3rd Backyard Ultra and trying to make Team Canada SAT champs this year. This week's less of a vlog and I decided to do more of sit-down tips, but subscribe to the channel, follow along on the vlog. This has been a good week of running. I'll leave you with a few clips of my runs from this week and a little bit that went on this week. A week from today, I'm running my 10K, so next week you can expect a video recapping race day and how that went. Until next time, I'm Dre, I'm Andy, I'm Andreas, whatever you want to call me. I'm here and I'm just stacking bricks, and I hope you are too. Peace, grace.
When I'm busy, that's the time you are free. Just tell me, what should I do? How can I get how can I get through? How can I get through? Tell me, baby, please. How can I get through? How can I get through to you? With every step you take to.
And my number 1 tip for Backyard Ultra is 4 by 2 kilometers at 10K pace. Just kidding. But it's Wednesday. Come with me for my Wednesday workout real quick. We're doing the same workout we did 2 weeks ago, but we're dropping one of the sets at 2K, and we're just shortening the rest between sets a little bit from 3 minutes down to 2:30. We're, as it stands, 11 days from my 10K, so this is the last big workout. It's going to be a beautiful morning, so expect some sunrise shots.
Rep 1, 7:10, right on the dot, 3:35 per K. Good morning. 2 done. Whew, rep 3 done. That one was hard. I think rep 4 is gonna be a bit of a suffer fest. I need to sleep more. All right, 4 reps done. That one super sucked. Need some breakfast. That's one segment down. How many more to go? I don't know. I mean, today, 24 more, but this month, how many? I don't know.
Tell me. How can I get through?
Okay, now come towards me. Get your heels in, keep your knees bent. Oh.
When I turn up, you get going.
Stand still.
At every stop, baby, always showing. If I should stay,
First, and points towards your left.
when I'm busy.
Yeah.